It's the Corrado Lark! Corrado Lark! Corrado Lark! Knitcast podcast channel! Yay! Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Corrado Lark Knitcast podcast channel. I'm Corrado Lark, the host here for ya. You can find me as Corrado Lark on Instagram, and Corrado Lark on Ravelry, and Corrado Lark Designs on Ravelry. And you can now even purchase my ebook, Rado, an ebook magazine collection of 6 patterns on Ravelry. Thanks for joining me here today. First off, I just want to say thank you so much for all of the wonderful, kind words everyone's had for me. And if you're new to the podcast, you probably found me because I was on Christy Glass Knits, who is amazing, and I can't thank enough for having me on. I also have to thank Gigi Made It, Gigi, for featuring me on her blog. It was a crazy weekend last weekend. It's been almost an entire week of my life being like, you know, like that emoticon that's like, that's my favorite. I keep using it everywhere because every time something like crazy happens, that's where my brain goes. It goes to, it's still like, when I'm trying to record this podcast, when I'm trying to knit this podcast is what I was about to say. My brain's not having it yet. I haven't caught up to reality, but we're getting there. I've been trying to record a podcast all week for you guys about designing and things that I've learned in creating Rado. I'm going to have to organize that a little better. I don't have a ton of time today to record that. So bear with me as I just basically say thank you for all of your kind words and support. I filmed a second episode of Teaching Timmy to Knit that'll be out soon because that's been really fun and I liked the first episode, but the second episode's gonna be even better. Rock on, Timmy. I gotta get on him about that knitting stuff though. He has to finish that hat. He's nowhere near. We're on ribbing. Next episode's on ribbing, which, you know, you learn to knit in purl. So that's a big step, and that's pretty much, you know, the majority of the hat. That's all he's gonna need to know. So I'm excited to teach him that. I also spent today over at Queen's Cafe on Astoria Ditmar, like right under the Astoria Ditmars train, which is that away. I spent the majority of the day there writing up my next pattern, which will be going to test knitters this week. I have 1 test knitter so far. I'm looking for another couple test knitters to really work on this. I do have a strict deadline of the 2nd week of April that the pattern needs to be done by because I do have to release it in April for a very special event. I can't wait. It is colorwork and brioche, 2 colors. Single ply fingering weight is what it calls for. Nothing's really too complicated or crazy, so everyone will be able to do that. That was my roommate creeping through the room with his big laundry bag because he has to go do laundry. Thank you, Eddie. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's my favorite thing at the end of auditions when everyone's just like, thank you. I never actually hear that because I'm too good when I go in. So. Not. Kinda. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. See ya. Have a great laundry trip.
I hate laundry.
Everyone hates laundry, especially when you have to go to the laundromat. New York life. Well, Astoria life. Nowadays, a lot of New York apartments have laundry in the building, but I live in a nice old Greek apartment, which definitely does not. Anyway, as I was saying, I'm looking for test knitters, so if you're interested, message me or write me wherever. I'm going to post on, I guess I can say, it's for Do You Knit's Yarn Crawl in April, is what I designed this cowl for. I'm going to post in her group looking for test knitters there, and if you see that or here, just let me know. I'm going to just flash a little bit of it. It actually goes this way. Oh, and the bottom's light. Hey! It's another cool cowl, similar to the brioche and marl cowl, but instead of marling, we're doing two-color color work and two-color brioche. There are 2 rows of really fun brioche in this cowl that I just kind of like, I experimented and had some fun with when I got the yarn. And it's really cool, and I had a great time making this. It flew off my needles. I did it again in like 6 or 7 days. I actually knit it up. You know, I do want to say about my design work that while I may have been able to knit up a lot of the patterns in Rado in like 3 tries, that's 3 tries per section. Like, I didn't just like 1, 2, 3, we're done. Like, I took a lot of time in creating those patterns, and then I took an even longer period of time in creating the ebook, getting things test knit in there, getting things, you know, tech edited. So I'm really excited that people have been buying it. I'm really looking forward to people knitting up the patterns. There's a few Triangle for Moms out right now that are really exciting. There's a hand spun one, and then another one that someone's doing in Noro like I did. Hey Noro. Hope your colors match, hope your colors work. It's fine. Just accept it. That's what Noro does. Do you like that slow-mo of my hair that I just put in? That's right. Such a model. I am not. My friend Patricio, who did the pictures for the book, was really great. He did a really great job. It's been really wonderful. I am going to talk about this a little bit. I got into knitting and designing out of some difficult times in my life. I've been an actor and a singer for a long time. You can hear my voice has gotten very serious. It's a very serious topic. I choose in life to laugh through things, and that's how I get through it. But I had some really big struggles late last year. You know, stuff I really can't get into and I won't get into at this point, but I only had my knitting to get me through it. I sat with my needles and yarn through the entire process because there was nothing around me that I could actually latch onto and really relate to, and nothing around me that I could trust except my knitting, because I knew that it wouldn't let me down. As I said in the Gigi blog. It's true. And knitting still hasn't. Anyway, I'm hoping you're enjoying this sporadic episode with lots of hands and arm movements, and it looks like I have muscles. Yeah. My life is full of long stories at the moment, and it is totally erratic. Like, things are changing constantly. Like, I've been working a lot of background gigs that are like having me there, you know, they're calling me in early, or they're holding me late, or they're calling me at the last minute asking me to come in, which happened last night, and I wasn't too keen on it. I love this work, and I love the work that I'm doing with it, and I feel really fulfilled creating patterns. So I'm looking forward to, you know, making that a part of my career. I think that's enough of that, don't you? Thank you for joining me here on this episode of the Corrado Lark Knitcast podcast channel. This one's been erratic. Every time I've tried recording this episode, it's been like, what is going on in his world? Because that's where my brain has been. I'm sure I'll come down to reality and sanity soon, but not today. So thank you. You'll have an episode of Teaching Timmy at the end of the week. Still can't make that noise. So, with that, follow me on Instagram and stuff if you want. And goodbye. See ya later, alligator. Everything's making me... Every day I'm...